Hi, welcome back to Comic Book Gallery. I'm your host, Joaquin. How are you doing, people? It's Friday, and they just dropped the Avengers trailer, Endgame, and the character that we all anticipated was Ronin. So, number 11, New Avengers, has the first appearance of Ronin, and just to give you a little tidbit of extra information that you probably don't need or already do, for those of you who didn't read New Avengers, Ronin, the character is played, or the character is Echo, and Echo's first appearance is in Daredevil. I forget which issue offhand, but later on in the series, she hands it off back. She hands it off to Hawkeye, and Hawkeye asks if you want the costume back, and she said no, keep it. So now that we've got that brief moment of comic book history out of the way, I wanted to do this series, this market update, because I think this book is overhyped when it comes to where you're going to put your money and invest. So let's just look right here. Got a couple of screens open, and you have a 9.8 fair market value, 160. And in November, leading up to this, people were, really starting to trying to figure out if he was going to be in the movie, if this was a spec. So, yeah, I did subscribe. Whatever. So we have 11 sales, $160 for a 9.8. I thought that was a little bit overpriced, even for this book back then. Now here, even though it's not 9.8, that's actually a really good pickup. A 9.6 for $50. If you were going to send these books to get graded yourself, we're talking, you're going to spend at least $25, $30, maybe even a little bit higher or lower, depending on if you have a subscription to whatever service you're doing. But I just wanted to let you know what's currently going on at eBay and why I said, really, you shouldn't be buying into this hype. All right, New Avengers, $50. 64, 44. I mean, look at this. I thought this was crazy. And the reason why I think this is crazy, because a few months ago, I bought a lot of New Avengers, like almost the entire run. Like 50-something issues, close to 60. And I paid like $27 with shipping. And it did have Ronin's first appearance. In fact, it was a complete run. I did a video about it. I think the video title is What's in the Mystery Box. So you can go check that out. But here's where we get down to the nitty gritty. Do not pay $500, $400, $300 for this 9.8. I just want to stress that, in my opinion. Let's just see what they've been selling for. So they've been selling for $35, $50, $50, you can't really see the conditions of the book that well, but I'm assuming these are close to near mint. 29 best offer, so they probably paid at least $25. Now, where was I was scrolling at this a moment ago as I was getting ready to record this. Okay, so $449.95. Buy it now. That's sold. Someone forked over close to $500 for this book. The best offer. Let's just say that they got it for $375, close to $4. I mean, please do not park your money in this book. And now I'm going to tell you the reason, my arguments for the reason why you should not be overpaying for this book. First, I would not pay for a CGC graded of this book. The prices are way too high right now. It's only going to get worse as the movie gets closer. If you have this book and you bought multiple copies, you better list your books today and within the first week while this hype, and before people start, looking at other YouTube channels and we start breaking down, is this going to be a long-term hold? I don't think it's going to be a long-term hold unless, and this is a big unless, they do a Hawkeye movie. And if they do a Hawkeye movie, it depends on where they pick up the story. Are they going to pick up the story as him being Ronin? If they do, then, all these people who are buying these books at $40, $30, then that will be, I don't want to say it's an okay investment, because I think most people by now, you've missed the boat on this book. But for some of you who have deep pockets, you might just be like, Joaquin, I don't need to work with a budget. And me dropping $40 on the book, I go see a movie and I'm going to drop $40. And you know what? When you break it down like that, as far as entertainment, at least you're going to have this book. You're right. I'll check this out. I didn't even know this on the side. So I've been watching some of these LJN models because I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons fan. So that's what you see on the side. That is irrelevant, people. I need to stay on target. My case is, I'd wait till after the movie to pick this up, and I would not, under any circumstances, advise people to be paying $400. Even if you get both these two, they are minor keys in the grand scheme of picking up keys. And when it comes down to it, are you going to spend $200 on Ronin when you can pick up a $100 to $150 copy, maybe even less, close to being a raw 9.8 of Miss Marvel or Spider-Gwen? If you have those books already and you want to spend $25, $30, maybe even $40, and take a gamble that we're looking at this book close to doubling by the time the movie and during the movie, but after that it's going to drop, and we're going to be seeing this book settle for, in my opinion, under 20. We're talking 3 to 4 months after the movie's died. We're going to be moving on to the next movies. We still have Miss Marvel. We still have Joker. We have Wonder Woman 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. There's so many other movies coming out. So that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to let new collectors know that they should not be spending. Let me see if I can find that one in particular. I mean, I thought that was just, whoever sold these books for this price, you know what? This is how you're supposed to sell on eBay. Right here, $4.49, best offer accepted. Let's just say he took $3.50. But this person right here, and it's not even a signature. I could see if you had 2 or 3 signatures, right? And one of them was Stan Lee. And Stan Lee did a little Hawkeye sketch on the bottom, which he doesn't do. He doesn't do sketches. I don't understand why you would pay this much. And that's what I'm trying to advise you not to do. So please don't buy into the hype. If you missed out on this, try to get this book for under 20, 25 range. It is a book that will hold some minor value down the road if, like I said, it's a big if, they do a Hawkeye movie and it involves Ronin. Who knows? They just might. I mean, depending on the popularity of the character. But Don't look at this 9.6 and go, wow, $249, that's a great deal, because it's not a great deal. 9.4, $76. You guys have already overspent. This is where you want to be at, $21. If you can get this under $25, heck, this book right here, this person claiming to be a 9.4 for $9.99 start. You can find this book in dollar bins. That was the crazy part. I mean, I know a lot of LGSs now will probably be digging through to see if they have this, or a lot of stores, when you go through their books, sometimes they don't have prices listed. And when you bring it up there, what they do is they just look at what's selling on eBay, and then they just hit you that price. So that's all I wanted to say, people. If you're new to my channel, hello. And if you like what you see, and if you agree with me, hit the like button, leave a comment below, because I think this is a really good example of watching the market and seeing the hype of a book that is a minor key. Yeah, it's the first appearance of Ronin, but it's not the first appearance of Hawkeye. It's not the first appearance of Clint Barton. You know, it's a minor character that made the big screen. So that do it, people. If you're new to the channel, also hit my subscribe button and hit the bell. There's a description down below to the following links. Links you to my Instagram and Patreon and my eBay. I'm waiting to go to Vegas in about a week or so I can pick up my books that have been in storage. And when I bring those books back, I'll be listing them all on eBay. And that should do it, people. I just wanted to give you a quick update and my 2 cents on don't overpay for this book, and don't, buy a CGC graded book, because it's just better to buy a book that you think is raw and send it and flip it if you can. I don't know if you're paying for 40, if the raw copy is going to go up to 80. That's the whole point. If you buy a book to flip it, you want to at least double your price, not buy this book at 40, 50, and then it goes up to like 70, maybe 80, right? But you bought in at 40, and then minus eBay fees, and you're like, yeah, I sold this book for 80. It's like, but you paid like $50 or $45, so it's not like you made an $80 profit. That's not how you should be parking your money to get maximum profit. Anyways, that's another video. Sorry to rant. Also, if you hear those noises behind, sorry about that. I am doing my laundry. That'll do it, people. You have a good weekend. Take care.